Demon comp is based around like stacking really heavy and then retaking really heavy.
He's no longer the new guy. He's the person who's having to flex, and therefore making room for Demon1.
Yeah, and there it is. Cryo is going to play the Omen. They're going back to what had worked for them. And, I mean, it had worked for them, so, I mean, really, why change it? As we said, it only didn't work when they played
Stats are heavily against Viper Harbor. Yeah, it's because everyone's using it with... Everyone's literally just going... They're looking at Loud and they're going, damn, Viper Harbor, or they're looking at the DRX comp that didn't look that good either. But, like, the missing key is this guy. The reason that it works really well is this guy.
That's it for us. It's time to see.
So don't look at the Viper Harbor stats. Everyone's using it with a Sova. They're just doing like they're doing that thing where they copy comps and they don't understand it.
Back over to Vansili and Rivington.
I don't know what was going on there on the desk. Seems like they're cooking, but EG also cooking here on Icebox. The Heineken 0.0 lineup that has Demon1's debut on the stage here, playing as a Jet. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Hasn't played an official game in at least 90 days. His last game was in December of 2022. And here he is, sitting right here, getting ready to just pop faces as a Jet.
It's a late present. Here we go, delivering in. I can't wait to see this.
Why is this guy so good?
How
info dog combos well with the Harbor.
Vansili.
Yeah.
Honestly,
the flashes are just incredible.
You would have maybe a jungler,
flash that gives you info, it's always been incredible. It's just a little bit out of meta because of Harbor. Because of
I don't know if it works like that here. It's on the player alone.
Okay, so EG on defense, 100 Thieves on attack, so it does struggle a little bit on defense. So let's see how many they can get.
Are having their debut on a professional team.
Duelist
usually just plays like a smoke or something like that, but this time a lot of pressure on the shoulders of Demon. Can he perform? As now Icebox has started with 100 Thieves on the attack. Lots of pressure down towards the tube, and it's Jogimo. Cascade after cascade, pushing them back. And it works out for a bit.
They get EG pulled over to that left side of the map. And they will decide to re-hit, but they're going to allow,
pretty much
they're going to have focus in kitchen now.
It's crazy how much teams struggle to play against it.
Sight, wall goes up. This is going to be a full take onto the B, and EG have not shown themselves yet, so it leaves 100 Thieves a little bit wondering as they start to plan.
Big delay, so we have to plan in a different
Damn, he had his chance, but they did get the spike down, so...
Better for 100 Thieves.
Asuna just doing
allowing for
Sage things.
The pulse plan to be played, but a high tide also came out from
They do have the Cove for this, so it's kind of similar in terms of Cove goes down, you stick it, everyone just fights close.
All of the defenders are currently moving into the B site from the back of the site, and it's going to be Demon1 getting the first kill for the BCTs on a professional team.
And did it really well. I mean, 100 Thieves did good to spam the Cove down, but there was just too many bodies behind it, so when they were spamming this they just got picked off. It was very, very nice from them.
To be used, that spike plant was pretty easily defendable by the side of EG, and they came in flying. Nicely done. It just
I think a lot of teams are trying to replicate Loud's
here. We see this first kill,
Loud stuff. It's just there.
Pretty big. Everybody was trying to outside cover
again, the heavy focus is always on the Harbor Viper.
Big play there.
And it just kind of
a lot of that focus and allow EG to
apart
work in and out of the orb, giving themselves
it becomes a little bit one-dimensional.
3 or 4 angles to work off.
With the Sky, it's a lot.
Take out 100 Thieves.
Again, you just have so much more freedom. Your B take is incredible. You can always clear like you can clear all of this every single time.
Moving forward.
It's so nice. You can take all of this without using a dog, and then you can dog all of this.
Still take it layer by layer. Jogamo gives up his
It's a nice little idea over towards
middle. Detected.
Exactly, it pinged out towards screens anyways to have Ethan ready to move up. Smoke coming out from Cryo. Yep. Who then gets pushed.
Nice shots.
Okay, but bodies are still falling for
EG.
really
nice shots.
They wall up for split to B.
They've been
to fake like they had the timing over towards this.
It's like,
kind of works.
Give it to us?
Okay, what's the call for the mid round?
Pulled one out there, taking down 2 overall. So really great little back and forth push and pull on mid for 100 Thieves to start. I think we see EG play much safer for the remainder of this one.
So the wall to indicate some sort of fast push towards orange was still being watched here by Calm. He didn't spawn anybody, so spread out all across the map are EG. Jump spawning, trying to find information. Left. Finally, it's engaged towards the B side. A recon to initiate for 100
The person who wins this is Bang.
A delay, a spray.
And Asuna is taking big,
just ate enough for
big hits at the moment.
It's out alive.
Give me the Viper.
Kitchen, that's about to happen.
Damn, he actually gets that kill. It is so on.
Off the rotation. Meanwhile, though, Calm and Ethan having strong weapons, but the Marshal seems to be stronger. Ethan having a clutch now. 3 left to take down. A flank about to come in from B main.
Ethan
at least gets 1. And on his 2 versus 1 reloads away. Stinkfight underground knows that it's coming from spawn. Tapping onto the spike, trying to find Asuna. As Asuna's just running that clock down, forcing the footsteps, forcing the audio cues to come out.
Derek did incredible. Bang did great.
Manages to get that, but the spike still goes off.
It's a little bit all too familiar for EG.
Win on a Thrifty.
The Thrifty round.
Yeah.
The mid play was so good, and I thought EG
they don't have the best record of it.
Ethan used
I think they've actually lost more.
When they threw it around mid,
I think they've lost more of the second rounds than they've won after winning Pistol.
Was on boiler. You saw the direct hit with Trailblazer after, but when that guiding light did detect mid, that's
3 out of 4, right?
Came out, right? That's when
3 out of 4. I
got
can't
the
remember what they
frag on
lost
whoever
last time.
peeked underneath the tube. There was just way too much antsiness off of the
Either way,
util that
it's
was
not good for
supposed
them.
to be for certain situations.
Stats aren't great for them.
I think
Okay.
EG kind of
Stick around from 100 Thieves.
giving themselves a false sense of security
Good damage.
with those detects and moving forward when it only needed to
3 out of
be
4
a
last
simple
time,
play.
yeah. 3 out of 4
Plagues them for
last
a
time, and
moment, a
then
Thrifty there.
1-1
We've
in
seen
terms
so
of this.
many this weekend. His teams
awful.
just seem to draw these rounds out. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Nothing he's gonna be able to do
I love
here.
the I love the
Down
Omen
on
on
that
this
one
map.
as he
It
gets
looks great on
pushed out.
defense.
And again,
And I kind of
100
like.
Thieves start off
Do you
with
know
a
who?
quick kill on
Do
the
you know who I
round.
actually think plays it better than them on attack? And I think I'm getting the right team here.
All of the Thieves are rotating back from the B side.
Foot actually play it a little bit better on attack, but 100 Thieves actually play it better on defense, in my mind. Was it BBL?
He's gonna have to learn real quick. It's not a red game. Got
Yeah,
caught earlier on a
yeah, that's
rotation,
right.
and this time only
I knew it was one of the touch teams. I just couldn't remember which.
Low HP.
Stellar ult.
Just wants to land a couple of shots here to build that confidence up.
God, Brimstone. Yeah, it was.
Potentially
That was just a pure counter to the G2 plant, right? And then just smoke, block off vision.
All these plays too.
And
It
same
seems like
time,
Demon
just
has
one
been the
smoke
anchor
here all the
on
time.
the site, right? As EG moves in, we see the 4 core of the squad we've seen mostly on the team playing through to the site. And only caught off once here, so Demon makes that rotation a little later. Obviously here, the round's just kind of winding down. But made sure to stay safer. Didn't want to go down this time in the rotation. Oh, that last shot right over the head of Derek.
Okay.
Demon does go down.
Perfect round for 100 Thieves.
as
They just
should.
have to buy
Money for the next
2
round
more
coming
armors.
in.
I'm pretty sure this 14 will get
And
upgraded.
this
I'm
buy,
not entirely sure.
I feel like it needs to be important for EG here. They're working against quite a lot. I think 100 Thieves may even try to kind of focus out Demon if they find
Again,
there's
this
a
comp
certain
is
way,
not
even
the
Demon's
best on
playstyle, but a
attack.
certain way
Sorry,
EG
not
are
the best on
playing with Demon,
defense.
right?
So
that they can know
we'll
there'll
see
be
how high this
4,
number
not
can
a
get.
full 5, or there won't be a jet dashing in to gain with that chaos when you retake a site.
The
It really
10-man
starts
roster,
to
it's not
allow 100
not the
Thieves
approach I would go
options.
for.
Wall towards A for the first time here. Let's see what they work on Belt and going into the site. A push.
Big defense,
They do
yeah,
have
it
a
will
bit of
just
cover here.
be
Ethan and Demon are gonna take
it'll be
fights.
something like, as long as we get 4 or 5, we know that we can win. It'll be something like that.
Thieves' economy is actually quite high.
Yeah,
Momentum,
that's a big point.
Flash Trailblazer.
momentum's better
Keeping
on
100 Thieves
the
back
second
towards
half
the A
sometimes.
tower, towards the A nest.
It's all personal preference.
For the lockdown
Okay,
potentially.
Killjoy all into this round. They do look like they're ready to shut this down. Nicely done from him.
A flash from Demon
Yeah,
to
flash
peek
on
out
top.
And dashes away as it gets the opener there onto Cryo, so that forces out
Oh,
a
goes
much
in.
earlier lockdown than anticipated.
He wants to
400
try and get
Thieves
some more.
Not committed into it yet. Look at him, just staying inside of it, dashing away, gets
Cascade save.
detained, but at least his teammates are there. Now even a cove to protect him. 100 Thieves are now trying to move into the site. It's a
Damn!
process too.
The cove to protect him, and he gets another one.
To a third into this round.
Okay.
As now Bang. Oh, looking for the transfer, and he's gonna get it.
Yeah.
The Red Bull clutch a 14
Oh
in this
my.
round. The
How on
Cryos
earth?
are full stack
How on
with
earth
the
has he won that?
teams.
There's a 1-on-3 at the end.
Takes that
It did
round
not
down, makes it
look
look
strong from
easy,
Ethan.
sorting out each
He
individual
must be
frag,
kicking
and
himself.
Even after Demon had a hell
I don't know how many
of a round
bullets
to
he had
start
from the
off
fast
here.
kill that he got,
We
but-
wondered, would he push himself to the max? But no. Even if you do, Bang is gonna be there to anchor.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Sellers feeling it.
Oh my goodness.
Bang. Look at that.
Oh,
The shot going up, back down, getting the pick into the transfer. Oh my god, this is looking good! Once again, Demon with the first blood.
See where they go from this. Obviously, 100 Thieves feeling very good there. You see EG switching it up,
they look
trying to
real
play around
pumped
each
for
other.
it. I don't think I've ever seen
now they're giving him a buddy system.
Don't think I've ever seen Mike's have a reaction like that either.
Storm out, and that is a cause for pause on the side of 100 Thieves, but it will not stop them from moving forward.
I mean, mechanically, at least Demon looks kind of incredible so far. Might give him away into this round.
Smokes, just the wall to get in here.
That's the first turret. Well, the only turret, rather, from Busio that gets spotted, so that throws an immediate molly towards the
Why Stella that pissed? A lot of NA people give it a lot. So let's bear that in mind.
Retake wall, or retake utility wall's already at A. Down for the side of EG now. So the 4v4 levels it out, wall goes up, quick plant goes down.
Flash here once again for Demon to come out. Daggers in, headshot onto Derek.
Nice recovery from
Hank
Bang.
once again still there. 2 versus 2 though. Weaponry much stronger for the attack. A flank here, alert from Stellar.
Nice luck. Whole time he was just lurking over towards here trying to get information at A. It was a nice eco though. Demon did well.
Talk much about Stellar. Well, we did a bit last game, but coming out 5
Okay, he gets
kills,
the op out as well.
First kill, 0 first deaths. IGL position as well. Honestly, it's you don't see that
every single
often,
time.
right?
EG having like real slow starts.
It just takes a lot of
either they're winning the pistol, getting the next round, and then losing everything, or they're losing the pistol, losing the bonus, or in this case, pistol.
Doing it, picking up that round, and it will call for the pause. And now on Evil Genius's side, we saw how much powder was just devastated. All of us were kind of.
How many do you think EG needs on defense? If they have a good attack, which they could do definitely with this comp, like
but it does look like
4 could be fine.
Evil Geniuses hitting the right plays, figuring out how EG wants to defend here.
Still a very good timeout.
Again, I don't know how drilled their attack is if they've gone through everything, but
too much of their hand. But Evil Geniuses have been doing
it's
a
very
good
hard
job
to stop.
First blood on the last 2 rounds, but then just the lead in terms of player advantage just slips
they
away.
Need that conversion.
But it's also because of heroic plays that you just see from Bang, just always turning around back into the favor of 100 Thieves. So this timeout for me is just to try to.
It's a lot nicer to have the momentum on your side for the comeback instead of the opposite way around.
That's Murray's situation. 4K after 4K. After
again,
3K.
It's just like a mental preference. Whatever teams prefer.
We have to see how it comes to fruition for them. 2-3 split on this. They will.
Right, let's see what he can do with the op. We are going over towards A, and he's here on A. Looks like they're going aggro a little bit.
They want to all smart. 100 Thieves hasn't really been trying to go mid. They've been focusing that firepower to the outside lanes, looking for the first kill, and then maybe getting the second one on the way to the site. Still no mid. So that gets left up. And the defense is right in their face.
Got a little bit lucky with this one. When wall is invested,
we got wall bang
it's
for a bit.
Pretty much guaranteed that it's here. I can't remember the last time I saw this wall invested and someone actually went to anywhere else within like the first 40, 50 seconds, so they can hold this real strong.
Yet still not afraid, still creeping up towards the A orb. Waiting for correct timing as Demon relocated into a different spot to get an angle now towards the top of the pipes. Top of 410 as well.
The cutters sound to make it seem like they've gone back, but again, this wall's here, so even just a jump peek or this person holding the whole time would be good. Sure.
That's 2 instantly popped down. Reckoning to come out on the defense, courtesy of Giacomo. As Demon just got spotted trying to run through the smoke. As Bang gets hit by that, Demon finally gets the revenge back into the up, waited by Stellar on the top of the rafters. A wall plant also coming in for Asuna. No res available after that.
Super
Still
doable.
after this plant, Giacomo at 2 HP.
Yeah, he's on 2.
Action has quieted down for a bit. EG looking to move back towards this site. Walled again, space for EG behind a toxic screen. As a tap then comes in onto the spike. Trying to get the shots, trying to hear where the last 2 players are at. As unfortunately, Giacomo falls. Traded out by Com. Asta looking onto the rope. Onto the rope! But gets the kill a little bit too late.
Oh. Not many times we see the rope do awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say the rope is normally on his side for that kind of stuff.
Just wide to the right, the defuse comes through for EG, and it goes down to the wire there. We saw a lot of rounds for EG on the last map like that as well. They need a bit more space and cushion in these rounds with the members of EG staying alive here. But still, 3 HP. Woo-hoo-hoo. A quick defuse there at the end.
He's on 3 at the end.
Let off. Pros don't fake.
Unlucky.
Holds it down. 2 ults ready for each side. It looks like they'll give a little push
Yeah,
and pull at A as you see Asuna throwing utility, but the focus is B.
Nice shot at step from Cryo. They wanted to go aggressive for 100 Thieves. Already on the top of green. Demon to fall first. Lockdown available to push all of the B side away.
You should run.
And put down instantly. Ethan looking for an opportunity at least to get some picks before he falls back, but this is gonna be impossible for him to get away.
Beyond
so
dead.
Try to get 1, try to get 2 before, and he's gonna get none. All of EG falling after this. Even might be an early call for the last 2 players to save.
I think Asuna thought he had the spiker. That's kind of funny.
Really neat way to play it out too. This big wall in middle, and with the lockdown going.
This is a massive round. It's going to reset their
stall out EG trying to find their way through. Boostio had to stay outside the lockdown, but still they had to work through wall. There were so many layers to clear just for get from A to B instead of getting to site and then being able to use your utility. So nice little pacing throughout this round. I like the Viper wall mid. Omen smokes into B, and that little start by Asuna at A to keep some focus there.
Which wall are you talking about? The
Thieves has a lot
the Viper?
that they put on EG's plate.
This is like the main Viper wall. If you talk about the Viper wall, it's the main Viper wall that counters it causes mid pressure. It's the main wall that counters the drone. Sorry, the turret in kitchen.
In the favor of 100 Thieves once again.
Nice Owl drone. Nice support coming out from Derek for that first blood. Coming out from Cryo cells.
Right, so this will be bit will be blocked at the beginning, and obviously here as well. It's like
story writes into an EG
pressure like this.
Yep.
Small change that you saw too. 100 Thieves when they wanted to work on that lockdown on that previous round. They still
stacking some orbs. And this one not getting punished over towards A.
It was Asuna at that point who becomes a late lurk, so that Stellar could support the rest of the team behind that lockdown. EG has to recognize this now into the later rounds of the half. Round number 8 underway. With a full eco round for EG. Quite surprising, actually, on that previous one that the last 2 players didn't save their weapons.
Right there.
Yeah. You tend to wonder. They're just sticking as a team, though. Playing together.
Yeah, and looking like the call's going to be
they
great.
Actually wear away at 100 Thieves a bit, maybe. Same start to this round. Much slower, though. 100 Thieves, you saw Asuna throw the slow out, which would go for Alt Orb. Giving EG the same look. They recover it, though. So pretty forward play. Calm one off of ultimate. Boostio has one. So if they do find some frags here, Vansili, it could be a likely ult. But that's not the case. Yeah, 5 on B and 4 towards A with a quick lurk here. We'll see if Bang can do anything on the come around from EG.
When he's waiting.
Oh,
yeah, they're getting tribal and Bang.
All of them indeed. Snakebite on the ground, splitting out the aggressive push coming out from EG. A lot of vulnerability from the Snakebites on the ground.
Wait,
oh my gosh. A quick flick there.
Tom looking to pick up that weapon. Wall banged by Asuna.
Yeah. Another one for 100
Right,
Thieves.
sneaker from EG though.
The ecos for EG really aren't even denting. I don't know if they even took a classic shot there. I know Bang went down a bit, but still took down 3 himself, so pays for any of the damage that he takes with those. And the rest of the team fist bumps as they end.
No light armor, yeah, it just means they have to eco so much.
9 coming in. We see
again, I'm still surprised so many teams are so against light armor.
So it's not like
I really just think they're missing out.
Here they are trying to set that up though. Demon again forward. It's been good to see him taking initiative in some of these situations. You need the new player to step out, step into the light.
Aldrone is going to spot teammate, so he's going to have to fall back. Meanwhile, Jogimo was down to almost nothing, thankfully. Has a heal coming out from Ethan. Now we're going to walk into the thick of it.
Dude.
Viper's Pit out on a defense. Calm!
Oh man, it was such a rough situation. It was a nice ult from Cryo.
Cryocell's already made it across towards yellow. While all of that creep up towards B main ensued. We're gonna get the wall. A wall plant attempt at least to get the pit.
Does have a res, but
One enemy remaining.
And the lockdown for the retake. Asuna is just looking for the fights. Not gonna happen. It's gonna be impossible.
Yeah.
Falling away here from the range. Boosted
Okay,
gets the
nicely
kill.
handled from
answers
EG.
right back.
I like the idea from 100 Thieves
They're gonna come back
to
for a 6-6.
handle this all. That was
EG's
cool.
about to get that comeback here. as
It
they
all,
start to figure out this
it all
composition,
fell
how it
apart like
works.
really
A
fast.
nice hold
Real
on to the site.
fast.
EG's been giving up a little too much ground, I think, in a situation where you would probably see Bang just being able to get that ult off because they were waiting. They were still checking mid, and EG was waiting for the entire team. But there again, taking a bit of an initiative. Bang goes down during the ultimate, and it just starts to fall apart for 100 Thieves. So EG activating a little bit more. This mid take that they're doing, or sorry, A take.
They did
that they're doing here with
they did
Ethan
this
and
wall.
Demon each
Oh,
round,
interesting.
I think has been giving them a good amount of information to them.
The only reason they
consider what the
didn't
rest
go
of
with
the
it
map
with
may
potentially
need.
was the Omen ult and
Here
this
they might even
reaction,
push
right?
on long B to start off too.
Deploying drone. Enemy mark.
But that's an interesting.
Thieves slowly working the mid again though. Spike's down, so this is going to be give EG a different look. See what they can figure out who's playing where and maybe avoid the killjoy.
Okay, this is gonna be pretty nice. Yeah, they're gonna have
these showing a different look. That
it's
lurk
gonna.
up towards that
What
kitchen.
does? What's the reaction?
Trailblazers are out to put
Dog goes
Dogmo
in.
into a forward position under, but a two. As it
He
gets
wanted
denied
to
there by
follow the
Cryo.
dog up, and they were not expecting
So all the
Cryo
rotates
under.
you're trying to do now, you have double lurks going
And-
across. Bang has a great position inside kitchen, and all of EG once again giving up the sights on the B site.
That's 2 rounds now. We've seen Calm kind of take a shot from the side when he's just getting taken back and forth. We almost saw it on Haven
Yeah,
too when he
he's
was watching
getting
towards short.
overwhelmed a lot.
Seems like the tiptoes of 100 Thieves are just inside, not inside the head of Calm, I should say. One more for Demon. Maybe get this Blade Storm to connect with a few heads. And they are searching right
nicely
now.
done.
You see on the side,
Derek
Matt
has all into
Cryo
this round
is
as
on
well,
the hunt,
so
but he will
we said
be
the
at
magic
site.
number's
Derek's
like
gonna drop
4,
that 7
maybe.
to 3.
Again,
103.
that's if
100
their
Thieves quickly
attack
stave
is
off
as good
what
as
would have been that
some of the stuff
comeback
Loud
from
was
that
doing. So we'll keep that. We'll keep that in our minds. We'll believe if we
those
get
any
4.
situation plays, right? That's the 1v1. That's played off of audio. It's kind of the flick of the shot. And then once 100 Thieves have that upper hand,
Loud
they're
must
just able to
love
garrison
watching
the
people
right
take their
angles,
comps.
and
It's the best when
EG
people
has
take
no
take your
entry
comps and then
unless
they
they're all
play it
together
wrong.
using that
That's the
utility.
funniest thing. Where like
Does
they
not
miss
seem
the
like they
main
have time
point
to
of
set
your
it up.
comp. That's the funniest
Operator.
stuff.
Exactly. Down towards mid this time.
But I haven't
So no
actually
more
seen
of
that
the
from
pipes
EG
trying
yet.
to
It's
push
just a
up,
hard
but
comp on
for
defense.
EG, it's the same utility on the other end.
Oh, that's a nightmare. Damn, he actually...
Facility, but Ethan
Fair
still
play.
dodges all
Fair play,
100
Ethan. The
Fury.
fact that he gets one there is
Finally
very
picked
impressive.
off 100 Thieves
Rez
put
comes in.
early Rez
Anything
up
for this? Nope.
as they're charging towards the site. Calm this time playing towards A, saved by a high tide after his toxic screen comes down, allowing for EG to rotate towards the back, even enough on a 4 versus 4. No ults available for either of these teams.
Everyone's rotated with us.
The trade possibilities.
Oh my gosh.
Favoring all 200 Thieves as Bang
Oh god, he was on for a clip.
somehow is playing this control like a duelist.
Okay, they need a hero.
A hard retake to do, and off in the hands of Demon1.
Okay, no heroes today.
But it's still
And
100
that forces
Thieves
their
just
money
too
down
strong
really, really low.
on the forward spots of the A
Last
site.
round
That
in the half.
It's really cool to see plays like that when you play the aggressive res, knowing that somebody's going to go down. You get the
Sadek has said on the stream that the thing he
in
loves the
middle of
most
the
about
fight as well.
is when they switch the sky for the Sova and
Fury is
completely
coming
miss
in
the
for
point in his own words.
distraction, so
Yeah,
they're throwing
it
that up
kills
the
me.
gut of the
Like it must kill
defensive
it. It must kill
squad.
him
And then
even
you
more.
have
'Cause
Bang doing
it's
things
like
like this because him and Asuna spend time on the jungle.
their
gym
vision of
together.
the comp,
But it's
right?
absolutely ridiculous what these guys do inside that A side of Icebox.
Yeah, I can
And they're
imagine
doing
it.
it again here, stringing a few more rounds together, and it looks like it's going to be a tech pause to come out on this one. A little breather, not too much chatting from the players though, but a mental reset.
Isn't 100 Thieves comp defense comp?
Definitely a
It's
mental
definitely good
reset
on
that,
defense.
maybe could
They
be
can
needed
stack
at
a
this
little
point.
bit better. Their
I think if we're gonna
retakes are
try to
good.
look at these, the amount of first bloods that EG are at least able to get on the defense already gets turned over by 100 Thieves on the. On
It's
how
just,
they
I kind
react
of
on
really like
what's
the
coming up next.
100 Thieves comp.
Once you get the early trade
Feels like there's a lot you can do with it.
advantage that comes out from EG, the floodgates are open.
Yeah.
And EG is just a little bit too far on these retakes. Maybe that's the game plan going to 100 Thieves. When you're looking at the earlier rounds, you know, a lot of pressures put on the shoulders of Demon1 trying to anchor alone.
Right.
And then with a little support from Ethan here and there. But 100 Thieves, as soon as they find out, okay, well, we dashed one away. Let's kill Ethan. Now there's nobody left into the site. We could win a 3 versus 1 there.
Yeah.
The sub change, it's map
feel like
dependent though, so it's like
this utility that they bring to the composition, having that Sage, being able to just get the plants down. There's
Isn't that what Sentinels did?
like,
Yeah, pretty much.
Faults or errors, but if they make a mistake on the take, they have so much more. You have the double smokes to come in. You then, oh, okay, well, we can still wall. There's just so many.
You're not meant to take a break for that, but obviously, if it gets to the, that's better than the other outcome, right? So not really, but they're normally pretty vocal about going before to avoid it from happening.
The wall that comes in after with the support that you have from Bang. And speaking of Bang, that guy.
Oh my word.
He's already 18-6.
Doubling the next person's score. Stellars look like
right.
He's been fragging
We said
too,
4, and maybe we start believing if their
Absolutely
attack's really
locked
good.
and
They got
loaded this
3. This is their last round. It's a really bad buy from them, but they have they have some
Focused off
guardians.
towards the right side. Last round of the first half was for that timeout or tech pause, I should say. So it could be a good time, like we said, to reset that mental. No operators onto this round, and it is a low buy. So it's trying
Punish
to
goes in because they're 1 away from the harbor ult. And honestly, they were massively on top of that because that is exactly what EG wanted to do. They create a big question mark here, and the flash only went to here, so it didn't clear this question mark.
What's the audible? The mid-round call from the defense has to be just
unless it went really high.
Offense, right, Vans? Hasn't been that case since 100 Thieves here now into B again.
Derek, those 2 shock darts were crucial. First one to stop.
Maybe it went really high because this is a fast rotate. They're going to be here very fast.
Allowing this wall plant to happen. Seeker's already coming out of the defense as we have.
They have the Cove. They can do the whole Cove, Diffuse, Overwhelm. They have this as priority spots so they can shoot over the Cove. Does get blocked though. Wow, they Cove default.
Yellow. So you get a couple of trades.
Okay, they get it off.
A push coming in. The rotation so late for Calm.
3v1.
He was looking for that lurk, and unfortunately nobody's there lurk this time around for EG.
Nicely done. Yeah, comms didn't come in where the plant was, and the Cove missed. There was a wall here that kind of helped them a little bit, but alright, they have to get pistol, and then after the pistol, they have to make sure they don't lose an eco.
Demon and the geniuses.
All right, so 9-3, and as it
Shorty.
stands right now for Evil Geniuses, they're going to have to hope for some magic because right now it has been quite problematic for them. I feel like 100 Thieves, Mimi, they're really starting to just find themselves even more so in Game 1, which is awesome.
Yeah, 100 Thieves is looking really good right now. And on the other side for EG, it feels like the coordination is really starting to struggle, Wyatt.
Yeah,
I think it's the fact that it's so cheap,
it doesn't
Dolphin.
even really feel like it has much or anything to do with like the
6-man roster, Minches. Well, 10-man roster, but
the game plan as a whole, you can see in a round like this where 100 Thieves are scaling up into this B site. It was early on in this round that Demon1 had presence in B main, went down.
The shotguns need enough. I don't think you could ever nerf the shotguns enough, in my opinion. Like, I honestly don't think you could ever nerf them enough. In my mind, they don't really belong in games like this, but
it's just we're taking fights, and
it's in the game. So
Thieves are just playing fundamentally really well. So
yeah, and I think a lot of it is just like kind of like almost panic for EG. They lose an initial player in the initial idea, and then they kind of go for some of these individual plays. And 100 Thieves is just playing really well to punish that. But the big guy to talk about in this one is Demon1, who's actually subbing out the big guy in this game. He, I think, was actually playing fairly solid. In a lot of these rounds, they were setting him up to go for these early fights, to take these
buff the
duels.
judge.
Man,
I could have fun again and stop playing ranked again.
You can set your jet up for an early fight, then you're playing retake. But so often, this team is still kind of getting caught in transition, where they go for one of these kind of opening setups, and then either it doesn't work out and Demon dies, or he doesn't quite get away after getting one, and then their retakes end up into these ways where they're like funneling in one at a time. And to me, it didn't feel like they were playing to their composition strength on that defensive side, which is something that even in EG's failures, I feel like generally they're pretty solid at like having that idea of how they want to play the comp.
yeah, and honestly, with how 100 Thieves retakes are with Omen, it's just way too good on this defense.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be quite fascinating to see how this plays out. Can EG manage to dig themselves, or rather, dig themselves out of the hole?
Yeah, a lot of people are playing this comp, especially in NA. They're bracking against lots of Brazilian teams. They use this a lot. That's actually what, was it FNS that said this? Do they get a lot of practice against this comp?
For EG to bring that comeback if they can, because they do have a 9-3 scoreline in favor of 100 Thieves. Yeah. How can you get around?
Right, let's see if they can get a pistol, which would bring them to 2 pistols in this.
Definitely an agent that
and not win and not lose the eco.
How are you going to try to scale up for EG?
Don't put a stick in the wheels. That doesn't feel good. I think EG's conversions have to be better. They find
19 to 6
bloods in the last half to 100 Thieves 5. Still 100 Thieves finding the W's. And a push-up already.
Avoiding the high tide, avoiding the cascade, and it's EG now storming in. Shock darts to retaliate from the site.
They did damage as well.
Early into this round. From when we're leading towards how EG was playing towards that first half, is trying to initiate Demon a lot with Ethan. And those are the 2 first players that fall. So the plan is still there on the attack. To really allow the ranked Demon to move in.
How far do you go, Com? The hard lurk. I mean, they have so much time. 1 minute seems like the world if you have it left in a round. So they do put a little bit of the utility towards A. This is when Com would be hearing the rotation. But it's silence from Bang until he sees it. They play connection.
Oh my word.
Nice shot.
Okay, that was nice though.
They need to hit a few more of them.
Low HP, try and clear out towards green just in case.
What's up, Keeper?
Would initiate a safe.
Thank you very much, mate. You too.
But Stellar's waiting on the top.
1 enemy remaining.
Now it's up to that 1 versus 1. Jogimo, a change of role from a duelist into this controller play. Bang being Stellar onto the controller play as well.
Both are low.
Tap onto the
nicely done. There was an extra bullet that hit there.
Against the ghost too.
Okay.
That's the tough one. You
that might be it. Let's see. There might have to be some 11-3 believers.
A good call by Bang, and
it's the same map. It's the same side.
Amazing game. This initial fight between both teams handled well, really well on both sides.
Yeah, he's having an absolute game.
And then it just mattered to what came down in sight.
Yeah, not the same team though.
Taking that win for the squad, and they start off strong. That spells trouble for EG. They're going to go ahead and try to get a buy-in here eventually.
Keep up the crate work, Bang. That little smirk off that 1v1. Continuing the amount of kills that he's getting on this map.
Oh, they force? Okay, well.
EG's trying to move quick.
It's on. I mean, this is the same. This is the same as Fnatic.
That we see this year for the VCGs.
It's the same. They forced, they lost this, and then they won the next.
Right through, coming in from Asuna right off the bat there.
Still working out.
Should be a forward one, so they're ready to defend this, much like a Sage plant, but I don't think there's a wall. Nope.
They have the wall for the retake though,
on the top of the A tower,
and that could be an absolute nightmare.
Oh,
we got 2 there.
Ready to fight back. Long range on that pulse plant, still in favor of EG. Derek hit by the alarm bot, now vulnerable.
Damn, okay.
Too much for him to handle. EG calm, getting the last kill.
Let's for the fun of it, let's believe. Let's believe from the get-go, just purely for the fun of it, because
away from the win, and that's the biggest one.
It could be it. It could be a thing.
Thrifty, not even really thrifty because they bought.
Yeah, I'm on for it. I'm on for the hopium.
On the second round of the second half here, really nicely played.
Dude, this is where they get. I know this is where they get ecoed, but
fearless than they've been bringing to the table, and that kind of bolstered them a little bit for that side take. Pushing through, scaling together, and they really didn't worry about the flank until the post plant happened.
Oh, Derek has a Marshall.
Now they're playing even faster. No, I'm just kidding. They're in spawn. Hanging out for this round to see if 100 Thieves come out with anything wild, and they have sent 4 towards the pipes. There's a shot.
And playing far back because EG knows 100 Thieves are on an eco. 4 players pushing forward, but Boosie only spotted 2. All of EG for the rest of that still holding towards mid, watching the B pushes, pinging to make sure
that'd
they're
be a nice stack over towards the B.
And
we'll see.
Are actually
the dog.
Older players
let's see. He might shoot the dog and then rotate. But he hid from the dog, and then they're all gonna go A. Wait, what is going on here?
Still in spawn.
I've seen so many different mind games
from
going
100 Thieves?
That's right.
I feel like 100 Thieves did this to EG on one of the rounds, right? When 100 Thieves were ready for EG to come in with Sheriffs, they sat mid, they waited for EG to pick, they pulled them out of the woodwork. Yeah, it's not happening this time though.
Ethan threw a flash towards the A site.
Okay, they're picking the right side.
And with that calling the audible, that it blinded some players. They're guessing that the stack's towards A this time. So everybody leaning towards B. Wall to come up.
30 seconds left.
And Stellar's here. He's done it before. Sheriff in hand.
Double wall.
Now can run inside this cove.
20 seconds to
farm. Plant decides to fall back instead. Pushed away by a snake bite. Plant will go down as players are also falling from 100 Thieves.
Oh my gosh. So you
Yeah,
don't
we
get
at
to
least see
stare
one
at
of
anything.
the,
They completely make the site. There's Boostio comes up with another Marshall
one of the
shot.
same takes from
Operator
Loud.
Marshall, you got to watch out.
So that's a
when
good
he's looking
sign.
down the scope.
You definitely want that. He's only one
If
away
they
from
have
a
the
lockdown.
Loud
Yeah,
B
that's
main
gonna be an
take with the
important
dog and the
ultimate to be
fast,
used,
if they have their
which is gonna
fast speed
get now
basically,
into
then
the
I'm
next.
believing.
As EG still needs to bring this comeback on Icebox.
Player
Their fast
standing.
speed is
One,
disgusting.
and now it's just Cryo looking to get closer. Only gets close to Calm on that one. 5 away from the tie. 100 Thieves about to get that
Right.
arsenal back and ready. That lockdown you called is going to be absolutely huge here for EG. I almost think they play
My arm
it,
is still, but
on
the
a
money's
fake
so low that
they could.
some of them won't be able to buy.
and
They
start
do
making
have
100
2-9 on
Thieves
top of it,
realize
so
that
honestly,
there's
a
more than
few
just
kills
these
might be able to
single
give
hits
them
they're
a buy
seeing
into the
from
next.
Evil
We'll see.
Geniuses. We really haven't gotten a fake yet. They're not using too much misdirection, so
Set up
I
for
think
fast
it's easier
speed.
in that sense for 100
Let's
Thieves
see.
to predict what they're going to
Should
be
be wall
seeing
here,
in the
flash
play.
in front,
Just watch the
dog
flank.
from this corner.
Towards A. Sorry, towards B.
Wall's going where I
Cascade's
stand.
going to go
Flash in
forward and
front.
block the left side.
Insta
so
dog.
we can work right
That's
with
worrying.
Demon.
Trailblazers behind to clear out everything, and there's that lockdown that's going to come in.
Oh, because they have the ult maybe.
Meanwhile, Calm was the
That's
one that's
worried.
watching that flank on the A site. And he's now going to become the lurk. As players from 100 Thieves forced to fall back towards Snowman. We're going to get a cold plant.
And they're going through the
Osna's
Viper
going
molly?
with the
What
sprays.
the?
Manages to land one onto Demon. As Jogamo's just stuck here.
So tough.
Just behind the Nanostorm, now slowed down by Slow Orbs too. And fighting back, Ethan and Jogamo with the Bulldogs.
Keep an eye on the Viper.
The flank out from Calm
That's a
not
shot.
working out. Ethan picking up a Vandal. Wall plan up, trying to break the wall. The lineup on 2.
Oh,
But only
yeah,
gets
there's a
one.
chance that one.
100 Thieves. They're now up at 11, and that lockdown that was supposed to give a lot of space here for EG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suffocates in the end.
I think the plant
I
went
mean,
down
that was
maybe a
the
little
call
too slow in
to
that
go take
instance.
Snowman,
Great
but I
play,
think
great
when you
sight
saw the
take,
molly
but
there, it
getting
had to
back
get
out of
cancelled.
position was so tough, right? Jogamo
Especially
did
when
the
you've done
kill,
the
was
ult
forced
to
go
push them
forward,
back, so
but
the
they
most
weren't
likely thing
setting
they've
up the
done is
post
gone
plant
to
they
there.
wanted. Jogamo was instantly slowed. Util was coming in to find out yellow and prevent the rest of Evil Geniuses from protecting the escape or setting up the post plant. So 100 Thieves really just making it a
I think they have
mess for EG.
money for
Once
one
they
more.
Do get in, they'd have a plan.
So yeah, it
to
kind of all
just
comes down to this one for them.
Sort out where EG is and take them out one by one. Evil
He's
Genius
going to
is
lose his
calling
dash,
the
that's
timeout
so
here
fine. They'd already got the
as
spike
we
down.
are getting closer and closer for 100 Thieves to capitalize on this second W.
Yeah. And from that play, didn't really indicate to me that they were trying to do the post plant lineup plays.
Right.
Tom was watching that lurk, or watching that flank, but he's not moving towards the B main for the snake bite poison orb. So this just indicates to me like the small changes that Evil Geniuses are trying to do into this week is just try to fight back. When they have that opportunity to have players such as Demon1 and Jogamo on a different role to just really try to answer back, fight for fight. But it's always 100 Thieves on the board in all of these duels.
It is. I mean, even the fracture pictures is great at the segment or plays where as GB was being served dinner. Like the post plants was even if Wingman got it down, the post plants weren't working. It wasn't happening. I got there. Believe me, it was, my brain wasn't working. I was thinking about the food more than the plays. God, it looks so good. That grilled.
Well, that's the thing.
EG's main weakness
are hungry for that win, and they're really
their
one-sided so far
anti-ecos are their main weakness.
on this map of Icebox.
Keep up.
All right, 11-5.
The classic.
No real push. A slight
Pistols.
pipe play coming from 100 Thieves on
Take
that
your pick.
defensive side,
One
but
of
it's
them.
going to be the focus on EG. Playing a 3-1-1 here. Beautiful stop by Boostio. That's going to start to sort out the map a little bit. And it
Damn, he gets a double on top of that.
Does it work?
Reckoning into the site, but that Hunter's Fury actually pinged
gets
2
a
players.
double.
Nanoswarm to delay even more, and that's even going to nullify the Reckoning from coming out. 100 Thieves are already
Okay,
looking
who
for a
has to
fight,
win this for
and Calm
EG?
has to look for a big play. Once again, on an attempt of a lurk. 1v1 versus Cryo Cells, and he loses
Okay,
it.
comes down.
3 more to stand up for EG on his post plan as Ethan gets smothered by a paranoia. Utility's just too good for 100 Thieves.
Damn, I see that from 100 Thieves.
See, getting caught scaling
that
into
ult
the
was
site.
massive.
Again,
Kind of like the
100
strat
Thieves
as well,
pops
pushing
out of the
aggro.
woodwork,
And then
they
if they're
find
not
Heath
here, you
and
can
try
just
to
have a
rotate
good
forward. A few
ult over
underneath.
towards this
John
area
Wall
when they
couldn't
group
get that
up.
trade. It
Pretty
looks so
nice on this
tough.
one. In terms of their money,
100 Thieves is
they get 2-9 on top of this, so some of them can buy with light armor. But
We're on
yeah,
to match
7
point now.
chances
We get this
to
buy-in
close this
here
one
from
out for
both
100 Thieves.
sides. It looks like it's going to be pretty decent. We do see a stinger in for EG, but man, 100 Thieves are playing with so much confidence right now and being able to answer what EG is doing. It is hard, I see, for them to come up with a different play, a different strat. It seems like the book has been used so far.
Activate Demon1, Blade Storm, last chance for EG. Map and series point for 100 Thieves. Lots of ults for the retake. Available for 100 Thieves. Most important one being that lockdown. Also an opportunity to play aggressive if you want to, because you have that res available, and all 4 players of 100 Thieves are playing towards the A site, leaving a solo anchor from Stellar on B. Blade Storm not activated, unfortunately. First blood for 100 Thieves.
It's a bit of the same of last round for EG here. We had the 3 at B, 1 and 1 in mid. This time it was a 3 at A with 1 B. And we just saw Demon go down mid. But that's a round they say, hey, Demon, let's see, get up there, make it happen. But here in the Blade Storm, 100 Thieves is going to be so ready to see that coming out on one of the high extremities of the map. 2 up top.
Have the double bait here as well.
That's
Oh man,
really
this is
cheeky
gonna
too,
work.
because Derek drops and you're not expecting Austin.
Yeah,
It's just
this
the
is gonna
mind games they're
work.
playing right
That's
now.
disgusting.
And EG are walking right into that trap. Nice entry
How many
though
is he
by
good for?
Ethan.
Oh, the
Big
flash.
even
Oh,
dropping
okay.
both players.
15 on each too.
A great job done here by the
My goodness.
initiator. Compton looking for the plant. He's gonna get it at least. Big sacrifice
Is
right
that a
now.
rough
but we
one?
talked about the
Gets the
retake
plant at least.
capabilities off the lockdown, off the res.
Oh my gosh.
That's gonna be cryo back out as well.
At least it's a plant for over here, or heaven.
And all
Ethan's
we want to
gonna
do
stick
here
in
is
it.
just push
Needs to
that
go
space
huge.
back. There's no opportunity to break that lockdown. And
Oh
it's
my,
looking
res as
grim.
well.
Nanoswarm available for Boostio for a pulse bind if he wants to, and they both fall.
Damn, nicely handled from 100 Thieves. Great sign for 100 Thieves. They look great here. They look really good.
Convincing second map win.
Worrying sign for EG, for sure.
As they win this series 2-0 and put their first win in the VCT Americas.
That